So I'm sure by now you have heard how lucrative the revenue share model is at eXp Realty. It's 100% true. It is changing the lives of agents in a big way. In this video, my business partner Pat Hayes is interviewing Gene Frederick, the man, the myth, the legend. He has been one of the top recruiters in the world for multiple companies, and now with eXp Realty, his numbers will blow your mind. So Gene is going to share with you his approach to recruiting real estate agents, so be sure to take a lot of notes. There's going to be a ton of golden nuggets that you can implement in your business to help you grow your revenue share organization. So enjoy the interview.
And I took the meeting. My dad and I went over there to go check out eXp. I'd never heard of eXp, wanted to know who was coming into my market. Didn't know who Scott Lewis was, and he said that he was going to have some other leaders at this meeting that was with eXp, and I needed to come check it out and have a meeting. And so sure enough, I did. And my dad and I went over there, and we were absolutely blown away whenever we met Gene Frederick and Rob Flick and Scott Lewis. Whenever I heard Gene's story about his whole real estate career, guys, I mean, and I'm going to let him kind of share his whole real estate career, but his resume is just unbelievable with how much experience he has, right? And so, you know, I call him the GOAT. I mean, he is the GOAT of real estate, right? The greatest of all time. He's unbelievable, and he's just got a wealth of knowledge. And, you know, I couldn't, you know, be more proud to have him on our last mastermind of the year to kind of kick us off and, you know, get us motivated to start the new year, because his numbers are actually unbelievable. So let me just read a little real quick. So Gene decided to sell his KW franchises in regions to join eXp, is often credited as the inflection point which ignited our explosive growth starting in mid-2015. Gene has been an inspirational leader to our organization, leading by example of how to attract the right way and also how to attract great talent. He's personally sponsored 45 FLQAs and a total of 11,285 total agents in his revenue share organization. That puts him at the number 2 in the company as of December 1st. So without further ado, my good friend, Gene Frederick. Gino, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great, man. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Puerto Rico. How are you?
I'll tell you what, I'll give it really quick. Puerto Rico is going to open up at the end of January.
Woo!
You come out. I've met the broker for Puerto Rico. I can't tell you the details because I, don't know that, but just so you know, get ready.
Oh, love it.
Be on the map.
Love it.
Yeah, the Boricua. He's a Boricua, but I'm not. I'm just a
that is awesome. Well, real quick, Gino. So this is basically a mastermind that we host every single Friday. It's really for agent attraction, to keep people motivated, to keep that energy going. We do kind of some Q&As or whatnot at the beginning and at the end, answer any questions, any, roadblocks that agents have, share success stories, just stay motivated, right? This is a fun, opportunity that eXp gave us all to grow this amazing company together. And we want to just lock arms together and grow together. And so we like to have this every single Friday, and we like to have a special guest. And so I just wanted to say thank you so much for giving up, 30, 45 minutes, almost an hour or so of your time on this beautiful Friday here. And, I respect your time. But first off, I know there's a lot of agents on here that know you and that have heard your story. And also there's a lot of new agents on here that don't know who Gene Frederick is. And I want them to all know who Gene Frederick is, because you know what, Gene, if it wasn't for you, none of us would be on this call right now. If it wasn't for you and Susan, really having an open mind to take a look at this business model that Glenn Sanford founded and created, we wouldn't be here right now. I mean, you were comfortable, living a great, comfortable life, retired, had all these KW franchises and been in the business for over 20 plus years with KW and, another, 15, 20 years or so with other brokerage firms. But, take us back, take us back in kind of the Cliff Note version. I know you got a phenomenal resume, but kind of take us back and walk us through, how you and Susan kind of stumbled upon eXp. How was it with the transition and your success, over the past 5.5, almost 6 years with eXp. So without further ado, my good friend, Gene Frederick, take it away, guys. Take notes.
Perfect. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. It's been 6 years for me too, 5 years for you, Pat. Thank you, Bob Hayes, for being at that meeting, because you're the dude that closed him. I guarantee you. 6 years ago, I was retired. Glenn Sanford and Jason Gessing, I met them. Those are the only two gentlemen I met before I joined this company. And what if you guys have ever read a lot of the Malcolm Gladwell books, Tipping Point, Blink, Outliers. In Blink, he says, if you've been doing something for a long time, you don't know why, but you have a gut reaction why it's going to work. And when I saw this model and Glenn said, hey, we have stock. I've got news for you guys. 6 years ago, that was the tipping point for me. Because I said, wait, is it real? Is it common shares, preferred shares? Is it stock options? He goes, no, it's stock. At that time, 6 years ago, it was 20 cents a share. And I said, if you could have stock for all agents, he goes, I said, you have changed the industry forever. Because I've been at KW for 21 years. Gary Keller never gave me stock. I was with Dave Liniger in 1986. That's the guy that started Remax. Never got stock. I said, if we give stock to everybody, and now the agents are our owners, you've changed the world, my friend. I researched it for 5 months. I came back really quick in the spring of 2015, and I said, Susan, now, by the way, Susan's the reason I'm here, not me, because I was already retired. I had enough money coming in. And I said, honey, if you knew Netflix existed, would you own a Blockbuster? And she goes, of course not. And I said, well, we own 6 of them.
Wow.
I own 6 Keller Williams franchises, Carmel, Cupertino, Palo Alto. I own 2 in Texas, 1 on the East Coast. That was the only model I knew as a real estate agent, how I could get owner's money. Owner's money was in owning real estate franchises. Owner's money was owning regions. As you know, there's something in the franchise world called franchise royalty or franchise fee, 5% off the top, 6% off the top. Guess who gets that? The regional owners. That was me. I started the Northern California region for Keller Williams in 1998 with my partners. And so I looked at Glenn and I said, Glenn, well, who's going to do this? It's really funny, Pat, when I see 100 people on this call. Wait. I've been in models forever where owners drove the growth. Yep. Owners. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, no, agents, Gene. Now, this is how cool Glenn is. Glenn and Jason. He goes, Gene, agents are going to attract agents. I said, whoa. Agents don't know how to attract agents. This could be really bad. He goes, no. I'm telling you. And I said, well, who owns Texas? I want to buy Texas. He goes, can't sell it to you. And I said, why? There's no franchises. I go, now I really like you. I'm serious. I said, now I really like you because I did not like the franchise system. The franchise system, whoever owned San Antonio, Pat, for Keller Williams owned this pocket, and they all fought with each other. And I hear that all the time now in the franchise world, as I just had a call this week where the gal said, my biggest competitor is my other franchise person in my same town. It's not good. So I want to tell you guys, here I am 6 years later, looking at Mr. Pat Hayes, who is definitely one of the reasons I tell his story all the time, because I said, look at, I got Rob Flick, who got Scott and Tracy Lewis, who got Pat Hayes, and that was the influx of our start to grow. Because I needed partners that thought like I did. That's what you guys are going to have to learn in the attraction game. You're going to need partners to go do it with. Okay? Pat Hayes calls me on December 23rd, 2015, and says, Gene, can you come to San Antonio tomorrow? I'm about 2 hours away. I lived in Austin. And we've got 6 interviews set up, 6 or 7, I can't remember, 6 or 7 interviews starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, sure. Drove 2 hours. They all showed up.
Yep.
They all showed up, right, Pat? How many of those people signed up?
Every single one of them except for one.
There you go. And that one signed up later, as I remember. I think that one delayed. Delayed action. But here's my thing that I want to bring with you. Action is everything. Write it down. Action is everything. You guys can go about trying to be the best of anything you want to be. But without action, just so you know, while we're on this call today, if you hesitate calling somebody today or texting them, I like texting. I just love texting. As you guys know, people look at their texts. Right? If you call and leave me a message today, just so you know, I might get back to you. But if you text me, if Ricky Tucker texts me today, I call him right back, right? If Brent Walgreen texts me today, I get right back. So I like texting. Here's what I'm going to tell you. While you guys are overthinking attraction, while you're contemplating what to do, somebody's already contacted the person you should have contacted.
Yep. So true.
Okay. Just while you're thinking, wait, I can't call that person in India. I really don't know how I should do this. Somebody's going to contact him this weekend. Action is everything. So Pat, just think about it. Did I hesitate driving 2 hours to come see you and interview? That was Christmas Eve, December 24th, and I bought Susan's Christmas present on the way home.
I remember that. Yep. I remember driving home as well too, going, wow, what a day. This is going to be a fun ride.
And guess what? It's just action. Pat goes, even if half of them showed up, it wouldn't have bothered me. Even if, it didn't matter. The key was Pat and I were into massive action. The first couple of years I did this, you got to tilt the scale a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. You're going, well, Gene, I'm still selling real estate. Okay, sell real estate. But you got to tilt the scales a little bit. You got to be willing to go, honey, get with your spousal unit and say, look let's put our hands together.
Yep.
I have got to get this. I mean, this is going to be a once in a lifetime experience. And if we don't understand this, if we just try to play, it's going to be, just so you know, Jack Nicklaus, the greatest golfer of all time. Sorry, Tiger Woods, you're number 2. But Jack's the greatest golfer of all time. He'd tell his wife, look, I'm going to be out of balance. I'm going to go golf for 3 weeks, then I'm going to come home. Then I'm going to golf for 3 weeks and I'll come home. But when those 3 weeks, when I'm golfing, I'm out of balance. Sorry, the family life isn't as good. But guess what? When I come back, I'm family man.
Love it.
Right? So a lot of times in your life, you've got to be out of balance. I was out of balance the first 2 years here. There's no doubt in my mind. I think Susan got tired of me after a while. Because, this was attached to my ear until I got those white things. She would look at me and I would get off a plane. I'd have another call.
Yep.
I'd get off another plane. I'd have another call. I was so into it. We were on vacation. I'm on calls. I know Pat was on vacation. He's on vacation. He goes, honey, I'll go on vacation, but we've got to have a couple interviews a day while I'm on vacation.
Oh yeah. Yep. I know. I would travel with you to Mexico to do our, mastermind events and, at the airport for our 2-hour wait to catch a plane. You were in the corner on the phone the whole time.
Now I'm not have to be out of balance, right? Now I go back now I'm out of balance, probably more towards the family side, which is fine, right? In other words, it's okay in your life to do that. Action is everything. There's only 4 things you guys have heard me do PAPA before. The first thing is persistence. P is for persistence. A is for action. Action's everything. The second P is patience. God, that's hard for you guys. It is hard. It's hard for me, dude. It is hard. I can't. Why don't they get it? I've just showed them how much money they can make. Why don't they get it? Guess what? Agents only come on their time, not your time.
Right.
Get used to it. And the last one is what I always tell people, ask for help. The 3-way calls are immense to you guys. You should not try to call people. You should not try to close them yourself. Ricky Tucker, you should use somebody on this call as a 3-way to close them for you. Ricky could close them, but it's better to have Pat close them for him. The 3-way calls are immense.
Right.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to be something you should use, and I use it every single time. It's called Team A. Tell me about yourself. What do I mean by that? Team A and SU. Tell me about yourself, then shut up. Okay? Or BQ. My wife says that in the South. That's be quiet. On the Northeast, it's shut up. Right? I'm trying to relate to everybody on the call.
Right.
Because here's what's going to happen, guys. I've been interviewing agents since 1989. Been recruiting agents 31 years. I want to give you a little background. Doesn't matter where I've been. I was the #1 recruiter at the first franchise I was at. For Keller Williams, I was the #1 recruiter 6 out of my last 9 years. And I've been teaching the same thing to everybody. Now you guys are the owners of the company. There are no franchises anymore. Who can say, tell me about yourself and shut up? It's hard, but it's the whole interview process is about them, not you. Them, not you. You had me tell my story a little bit, Pat. There are serious times I have interviews with people. I never talk about me. They don't know how long I've been in business. They don't know who I am. I am so focused on them. I want to know how I can help them. I really don't care if they come. You guys are think it's really weird, but I'm so good at this now. I don't care if they come, because if they can sense that I really care they come, then I get really salesy.
Right.
Right? I just want to help them. So when I talk to anybody, I'm just telling them, I'm here for you. This model is so good. I want to share it with you, but I want you to analyze it, think about it, tell me about yourself, and shut up. Here's the best question to ask now. What excites you about eXp? Write it down. The reason it's a great question, I've been using it now for about 6 months, is because when you use a question that has action in it, right? What excites you about eXp? You know what happens is every time, I had one yesterday, she goes, you know what excites me? The training. The training excites me. I said, tell me about that. She tells me. And I go, cool. So what am I going to talk about when I do the presentation? Training.
Yep.
Right?
That's great.
I might not even talk about the stock of the rev share. And everybody goes, wait, you got to talk about the stock of the rev share. I said, I do? That's funny. She didn't mention that. Does that help you guys?
Yes.
I'm trying to go quick because I know I don't have a lot of time, but I'd rather have you guys give me questions.
Yeah.
Tell me, you guys ask questions. What's bothering? I can help you anyway.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. In the Gino, I've got one question real quick, and then let's open it up to the group here real quick. So my question is, I want to know from you our international growth. I mean, where do you see us in the next 2 or 3 years? I mean, how many countries are going to be in? I know Michael Valdez is just crushing it with our international growth. We just launched Mexico, Portugal, South Africa, India. I mean, it's just unbelievable with our growth. Now you said Puerto Rico. I mean, where do you see us in the next 2 to 3 years?
Here's what I see. Now, you guys know I'm on the board of directors.
Right.
Okay. So I know a little bit more than most, but I can't say everything that happens in a board meeting, but I will tell you this. Michael Valdez is a game changer. Not just a game changer, he's a huge game changer. We had no idea what to do with international until Michael came. So in May, he comes and he goes, Gene, we're going to open up 5 countries by the end of the year. I said, Michael, you're a brother from another mother, baby. I mean, you might look Cuban, but I think I'm just the lighter version of you. Yes, let's go open. Did he do it?
He did.
Well, here's what I'm here to tell you. I believe what he says now. When he says he's going to open up 5 countries, he's going to do it. I think in the next 5 years, who cares what the number is per year? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Right. Let's say we open 10 to 20 countries every year for the next 5 years. What do you guys think it's going to look like? Hello?
Yeah.
If you, I know the cruises are all shut down. I'd go on a cruise just to meet somebody from another country. And the way you meet real estate agents on cruises is where? The bar and the hot tub.
That's so true.
Just go to the hot tub and the bar. You meet every realtor on earth. Now, I'm telling you guys, here's the other thing I'm going to tell you about attraction. What you see is what you get. This is me. Be yourself. Be yourself. I make a lot of jokes when I talk. I really do. I mean, it's just been me my whole life. I'm kind of one of those guys that Ricky Tucker might say, oh God, I can't believe Gene just said that. Did he really say that? And I don't know why, but I have no problem saying almost the incorrect thing at the wrong time, but it's me and it's actually my personality. So when you're attracting people, don't try to be somebody else. Be yourself, right? That will help you because you're going, wait, I got to be like Pat Hayes. No, Pat Hayes, there's only one Pat Hayes. I want to be like that person. No, there's only one of them. Just be yourself and take massive action. You'll win the game. You'll win the game.
And that's so true right there. Yeah, just be yourself. So simple right there. So simple. I love it. I love Papa. I love Tomei, BQSU. And then, and what I learned from you too is it's all about the FU. Follow up, follow up, follow up. We can take massive action and we can talk to so many agents, but you know what? If we don't do the 3-way phone calls and if we don't follow up, it's kind of pointless, right, Gino?
Well, let me tell you about patience. Here I am. I was at KW 21 years. I wrote down the top 10 people I was going to call. Here I am. I'm only talking to 2 people, Jason Gessing and Glenn Sanford. They go, well, what's going to happen? I said, you don't understand, dude. I got these 10 people. I mean to tell you, I got their names written down, regional director, team leader, owner of an office, top agent. I got all these people, man. I'm going to call my top 10, right? Guess what happens? I actually interview all top 10 before I come. 0 come. 0. I'm 0 for 10. Now I got to go back to Jason and Glenn and go, guess what? 0 for 10. No problem. I've been attracting agents all my life. They come when they want to. They come when their spouse lets them. They come when their parents let them. They come when they feel comfortable. Now, guess what? I just wrote these down the other day, guys. Of the 10, 8 are with us now.
Woo!
Okay? It takes time. See, I knew that. It didn't bother me. I just went, wow, not one? Boy, am I a bad recruiter. Oh, am I a bad attractor? Guess what? You're not a bad attractor. I'm going to settle you down right now. You call your top 10 people that you think, oh, I'm going to get one. Guess what? None of them come. Guess what I did? The first month in May of 2015, we got 20 agents. Now, that was mainly, just so you know, Elizabeth Riley and myself. She was giving me a lot of the leads. I give Elizabeth so much credit because they weren't my leads. They were her leads. And in a month, we got 20 agents in Austin, Texas. The next month, we got 10. We had 30 agents in Austin, Texas in 2 months. None of them were the ones on my list.
Wow.
So I want to help you guys with the patience part because you're going to feel frustrated. Attracting real estate agents, guys, got news for you. You're not in control.
Yep. Very true. Love it, Gino. Great words of wisdom right there. All right, guys, let's open it up for some Q&A. Who's got a question for Gino? And don't be shy, guys. We're here to have fun.
Hey, I'll go first just to crack the ice. Hey, Gene, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Ian, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for taking your time. Hey, what would you suggest to some of our newer agents or agents that are newer to the business that just don't have a lot of relationships with other agents? Kind of like that. It's like that cold prospecting type thing. What would you say to kind of break that barrier to really start getting in dialogue with a lot of agents and going through that process?
If you're brand new, number one, start selling homes. Real simple. Start selling homes. Everybody thinks, what do you mean? Well, get in the game. Start selling homes, go into open houses, mingling with agents. You'd be surprised how many agents you'll meet really quick. The new agents almost do better than the older agents because the new agents just go, is that what I should do? Okay, I'll just go do it. Talk to your mortgage people and your title people who want your business, you new agent. Guess what they're going to say? Well, I want your business. You go, good, I want your business too. Who else here are the up and coming superstars?
Yep,
love that. Mortgage people, title people. That's usually where I get about half my leads. And they go, and I go, look, I won't even mention your name, but if you say Ian's the guy I should call, I'm just going to call him and say, everybody I talk to, every mortgage person I talk to says, man, Ian's the dude. And I said, can I spend 15 minutes with you? Because I just got new to the business and I'm looking for mentors. Now, you notice I'm not talking about eXp. I'm talking real estate.
Yep.
Eventually, they're going to ask you, how do you like it at eXp? You go, gosh, I just love it. Oh, my gosh. Well, what do you do? Well, my gosh, we do this weekly call where we do a presentation on Zoom. If you show up to that next Tuesday, I'll sit there with you and we'll watch it together.
Perfect. So easy. I love that. Yeah. The up and comers, who's the up and comers, call your lender, call your title company, call, your photographer. They're working with realtors. They know, who the up and comers are, and also in other markets, pick up the phone and call lenders, call title companies in other markets and introduce yourself to them and ask them, hey, who are the up and comers? Gene, he taught me that like 2 years ago, and it works. It's so simple. Hey, who's the next superstar?
Just so you know, this will make you guys feel better that you haven't missed the boat at all. 30% of the agents at NAR turn over every year. So 30% of 1.4 million gone, 30% new. Let that sink in. So every year, 30% of 1.4 million go away, 30% new ones come in. You go, oh my gosh, all we do is have new agents. No, the first year they'll be new. I was not good the first year. My second year, I did okay. You didn't want me the first year. But the thing was, the second year and the third year, that's when and guess what? That's turnover every single year. Here's the other thing. When we want to get listings, what do? When we want to get listings, we start talking to everybody. Do you know anybody that's thinking of buying or selling? You ask your dentist, you ask your doctor, you're anywhere, and you're going, man, do you know of any friends? I'm just looking for people. It's hard to find them. That internet thing's going crazy. But I'd rather get to them before they find somebody on the internet. I guarantee you I could go into any of your cities, just ask 10 people, do you know of anybody that's thinking of buying or selling their homes? Guess what I do for agents? Same thing. Rob Flick goes to Dallas, Texas, knew nobody. All he did was go around and he asked everybody, do you know anybody that's a good realtor? And they go, yeah, my good realtor is Susie. Susie, tell me about her. Is it okay if I give her a call and say I ran into you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Susie. So he'd call Susie. How hard is it to find agents? Now, everybody thinks relationship. Forget the relationship. It's called a contact. Everybody thinks relationship. My relationship with Susan is 30 years old. That's a deep relationship. I can get in relationship in a Starbucks.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Everybody's worried about the relationship word. Well, I don't know if I know them that well enough. Sheila Fageron called Brent Gove and didn't even know him and saw him speak at a seminar. Okay.
Life-changing phone call
Was
right
it
there.
life-changing for Sheila to call Brent?
Absolutely. Yep.
That's all I got to say on that one. Come on, baby. I need some hard questions.
Pat, so Gene, so just explain a little bit about one time Pat came to you and said, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing it all wrong. Pat, tell the story. And Gene, tell what he said.
Yeah.
That was a big turning point for you, Pat.
Yeah. So my first 6 months, I had gotten a few agents, kind of right off the bat that followed me over from my boutique brokerage firm. But then I was trying to go get new agents, and man, I just really wasn't having any success. I was like, golly, what am I doing wrong? And so I picked up the phone, and Gene said, well, tell me, what are you doing? Like, just act like you're going to, recruit me. And I would tell him, oh my God, hey, I would just be so excited and just kind of throw up on them. I was talking way too much. And he said, I know what you're doing wrong. I said, what? He said, slow down to go fast. He said, you're talking way too much. It's 99% visual. Let the video do the work. Don't try and explain it to these agents. I was throwing up on them. We got rev share, we got stock, we got avatars, we got cloud office, we got training, blah, 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 blah. I was so excited, and Gene said, whoa, I know exactly what you're doing wrong. I said, what, Gene? He said, you're talking too much. Stay excited, but talk less. And that's what I learned from Gene. And that's whenever my business just exploded. I was just so damn excited. I was just trying to explain it. And these agents were looking at me like, what the heck is this guy drinking? Like, this is crazy, right? And they're like, no way. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not going to talk to you about eXp. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're just excited, right? And so Gene said, slow down to go fast. I'll never forget that phone call that I had with him almost 4.5 years ago. And I said, Gene, I've attracted a few of these agents, but I'm having a hard time getting these other ones that I've been talking to. He said, you're talking too much. Talking too much.
It's the number one thing we do wrong. It's the number one thing we do wrong. You can't sell it.
Right.
I don't sell anything. And plus, we don't sell anyway. I didn't sell when I sold real estate. I said, I'm going to show you some homes. You'll find the one you want.
That's it.
Right? I mean, that's how I sold homes. And I sold 120 homes a year, 3 years in a row. I didn't force them to buy the home. So why do all of a sudden when we get an attraction, they go, Gene, I get calls all the time. Gene, I've shown them everything. I don't understand why they don't come. Guess what? Probably the spousal unit. Go have a dinner with your spouse and their spouse. Go find out what the real reason is. It could be they missed the Christmas party. It could be that they love their manager so much they don't want to leave. They're afraid of hurting that relationship. It's all emotional. It's 100% emotional. Believe me, it is not numbers. They don't come because of the money. I've had arguments with recruiters from RE/MAX, other companies, and they go, it's money. That's why people come to our company. I said, might be come to RE/MAX, but they don't come to us because of money. Wait, stock and rev share, that's money. No, it's not. They're going to come because it benefits their family. It's got to be better. And it's also got to be somewhat the same as where they leave. Here's what I mean by that. I always talk about the first third about how it's the same here. We've got broker. We've got KV Core. We've got all these good things that'll help you do what? Sell real estate. If you don't cover that in the beginning, guess what? and you start with stock and rev share, that's why I get this comment. I'm just telling you, Pat, I get it all the time. I'm on these Zooms all day long. I get the comment at least once a day. You guys, all you do is want me to recruit people. I said, where'd you get that from? Well, your person called and all they did was talk about revenue share. And I said, I'm sorry. And they go, what do you mean? I said, maybe that's what you heard. But what I do want to tell you about is what excites you about eXp?
Love it.
And then I shut up. And they go, well, nothing excites me. I said, why not? What excites you about real estate? And I just shut up. A lot of people think I talk a lot because I'm on these calls and you see me do this stuff. If you've ever seen me in a real one-on-one presentation, you'd go, Gene, you never said anything about this and this. Elizabeth Riley did it all the time. She would sit in with me and she'd go, Gene, you never mentioned this and this. And I said, well, they didn't want to know about that. Yep. I said, let me ask you one question, Elizabeth. She goes, what? And I did they sign up? She goes, yes. I go,
there you go. Silence.
My way works.
Silence is powerful.
Works.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of people go, you didn't cover this, you didn't cover that. Hey, when you go on a listing, Pat, and they go, I go, what's your goal here today? Well, you know, we want to sell our house as fast as we can. Well, tell me about that. The old realtor priced it too high. I said, well, where do you think it should be priced? 225. And I said, well, here, let's price it at 225. Let's get this thing going. I haven't even walked through the house yet. Do you understand? It's the same thing on listings. You would never go in and tell that lister, well, you don't start talking. Does everybody get that one?
Yep.
It's just like a listing.
Love
in other words, ask them. It's all about them. It's not about you. It's all about them. It's not about you. If you guys can figure this game out, you'll win.
That's huge. Huge. All right, guys, we got time for just a few more questions or whatnot. I know I definitely respect Gene's time, and it's 48 after the hour. We got leadership as well too. I know there's like 54 chats in the text chat or whatnot. I can't read all the questions though, but unmute yourself if you've got a question for Gino. Don't be shy.
Hey, Gene, I'm sure you've figured out that real estate in Puerto Rico is a bit like the Wild West out there. A lot of agents are realtors. Some of them are not. There's no centralized MLS. What's being done to kind of consolidate people under like our company requirements and stuff to allow agents to join eXp through Puerto Rico?
Well, it's just the same thing as we're going into other countries. You know, we only have 5 or 6 countries in the world that have an MLS. You understand that? And we're going to go in about 110 or 120 countries. So it's no different. I mean, Puerto Rico's they have licensing, right? They do have licensing, so we'll probably require them to get a license, right? But a lot of countries don't even have licenses. So we're just going to work through all that. I think some of them do use an MLS, but don't use it enough. So you've just got to lead with by example. It's going to be like going into these nations and going, well, are they going to really report that they sold a home? I said, I don't know about you, but you could be with eXp right now and not report a home you just sold. It's called ethics, right? There's no such thing as business ethics. You know, John Maxwell wrote a book after the Enron thing, and they said, you need to write a book about business ethics. And he goes, what do you mean? There's only ethics. And so he wrote a small little book called There's No Such Thing as Business Ethics. And it was a little tiny book. It was about ethics. You either have it or you don't.
Yep.
So I think it's the same thing when we go overseas or we go anywhere. We're going to go to them and go, look at, report your sales.
Right. Very true.
Just simple to me.
Yep.
Part of since it's essentially a U.S. territory, is the tier 1 and the tier structure, are those going to work the same as if like we recruit somebody out of New Mexico or California or something like that?
Correct.
Awesome. All right, who's got another quick question for Gino?
Come on, I'm fired up today.
Yes, Gino.
Come on, let's bring it.
Gino the legend.
Come on.
Eric, go for it. Fire away, buddy.
Gene, I have an old friend of yours that I see quite regularly, Bill Overman, and I'm going to see him later this week. And any tips on getting him to? Bill's just such a nice guy. He's a U big time. Love the guy. Love working with him. Any tips I could use? Because he's retired, very wealthy, loves working with people, been going over to other countries, digging wells, supporting the people in fresh water and clean food and blah, blah, blah. Very driven. Any ideas on what to say?
Just find out what his why is. And, my why, if you don't know their why, you can't adjust it. My why is to help real estate agents, period. There was no reason. I was unapproachable. I was unrecruitable. I mean, I have people from KW who said, Gene, you were in the top 5 of unrecruitable people at KW forever. We could not believe when you and Susan left. And I said, but I couldn't help real estate agents. I couldn't be on a call 6 years later with 100 people going, we're going to affect the world. Because when we help real estate agents, we help their spouses and we help their families. And people didn't know that about me. It drove me because I couldn't help them in the KW world. The only thing I did is sell them another franchise. And there were so few. Yep. I had tapped out. So find out his why and try to tap into that and see if eXp would be a fit. If not, he'll stay where he is. I really don't care if they come. I have no view on outcome. It's why I'm a good recruiter. I'm not callous to it. It's just so many people have told me in years past that they're coming and they don't come. I mean, I've been through this for 31 years. Gene, I'm coming. Then they don't come. And so I'm so callous to it now that I go, it's okay. You'll join me someday. I've actually said that to a lot of people. We're going to be in business someday. It's all right.
Yep. Just like what Ian Flanagan always says, they're all coming. They just don't know it yet. They're all coming. They just don't know it yet.
Well, why isn't everybody going virtual? This is driving me crazy. Nobody, when I say that, every real estate company should have had a mastermind this year and said, we're not going bricks and mortar anymore. Nobody came in for 5 months. Right? And it's just crazy to think they're just doubling down on opening up offices. I mean, it's like Blockbuster in 2010. Read the stories.
Yep.
They knew Netflix was there and they did not do it. Everybody knows we exist now.
That's right. All
right. Yeah, I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised the big heads have not announced, hey, we're going virtual. We're going virtual. By the way, here's what I explained to people. I said 10 months ago, Zoom is what my granddaughter did on her bike. Okay. Now we're on a Zoom, right? And by the way, this is just the top part. The body looks much better. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So anyway, I tell people when I tell them that, I said 10 months from now, you will know the word verbella.
Yes.
Because we're going to affect so many people's lives with verbella. You just don't know it yet. That's why our stock's going crazy this year, because we are virtual. The new buzzword and the word that makes you healthy in life, in business, is called virtual. It used to be organic in Whole Foods, right? Organic was the word. I can't buy anything now that doesn't have organic on it. Don't ask me why, but I go into a store and my wife goes, it's not organic. We're not buying it. I used to think it was goofy. Now I know it's healthy, right?
Yep.
Virtual is the same thing as organic was 10 years ago. If everybody's not virtual 5 years from now, they're going to go, I'm unhealthy. My business is unhealthy. I cannot believe it, guys. I can see the future. Pat, I saw the future when I met you. Why did I see the future? I'd been doing it for such a long time. I knew we were going virtual. Thank you, Glenn Sanford, for setting up. I didn't know Verbella existed. I didn't even want to be an avatar. I didn't know what an avatar was. Guess what? Now I love being an avatar.
Yep. And then also I wanted to share with everybody, I still have this on the way home from one of our first masterminds. Gene Frederick got up from a seat and came back and talked to Angel and I, and he literally wrote the business model. It's called a napkin presentation. He wrote it on a Southwest Airline cocktail napkin, and here it is right here. I framed it.
I love it. And you know what? Here's what's good. I grow and I get better because mine doesn't look like that now. It's funny. I see that and I remember what I did. Now I do it differently, right?
Yep.
Why do I do it differently? Because I get better. I grow. I'm never going to stop. What excites you about eXp is my new buzz phrase.
I love
didn't
that.
use that. I didn't use that till 6 months ago.
Everybody,
Why did I get that? Because I watched TED Talks.
yep.
I watch TED Talks all the time on how to attract people, on how behavioral assessments.
Love it, Gene. What excites you about eXp, guys? Write that down. What excites you about eXp?
They'll tell you what excites them and they'll do the thing. They'll do it for you. Here's the thing that I will tell you. I don't know. I'm so excited today. I don't know why I'm so excited today, Pat. I'm so excited today because I get to see you, my friend.
Hey,
This is excitement to me. I know I don't want them to miss the leadership meeting, but
I know. That's right. Yeah, in about 2 minutes or so. But yeah, Gene, I'll let you finish it off here. But I just wanted to say again, yeah, thanks so much for your time. And I hope you're enjoying the new house. I can't wait to come visit in Puerto Rico and check out the new house.
Yeah, we're very, very lucky. We love Puerto Rico. We've been here almost 2 years. We're Puerto Rican. And, you know, we love you all. You know, come visit sometime. It's just gorgeous. And I know a lot of you guys might be coming out, but I went to Hawaii a lot of times. Prettier than Hawaii.
Wow.
Prettier than Hawaii. And I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. And I want to thank you guys.
Yep. And Gino, I want to thank you because you know what? If it wasn't for you and Susan for having that open mind 6 years ago, none of us would be here. You've changed a lot of lives, including mine, and very grateful for you. And you know, your energy is infectious, and I just man, I love you. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. You're the legend, and I'm so happy that you could spend an hour with us on our last mastermind of 2020. And I'm ready to kick it off and you know, have an amazing 2021. And I just want to leave it with this right here. I was on a mastermind with Scott Lewis 2 years ago, and I was just on another mastermind with him and about 50 other agents this week. And this actually, this came up in the conversation, and it's kind of a lot to dovetail on what Gino was said right here. But guys, the only thing that kills frustration is action. The only thing that kills frustration is action. Guys, get out there, take massive action. Everybody have a great holiday. Merry Christmas to you guys. Be safe, and we'll see you Friday, January the 8th with our another special guest. Gino, love you. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you and Susan.
See you guys.
And we'll chat soon. Thanks, guys.